right, what's the hash, man? I'm about to speak on this, man. I made a couple posts on Facebook, but I think it's about time that I go ahead and speak on this because I'm hearing a lot of idiocy.
Conan, Tanya, Jax, Serena, the Flesh Pits,
But first,
Finisher,
mm,
Fatality, Code wins.
yo, that shit is hard. That shit was hard. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women. You know what I'm saying, but hold on, before we go any further, let me cue this up real quick. All right, there we go. There we go. Here we go. All right. Now, first off, um, I didn't watch the Super Bowl halftime show for my own personal reasons. You know, um, reason number one, it was my own personal protest of the Super Bowl halftime show because I think that they should have gave it to Lil Wayne, and if not Lil Wayne, it should have been a contingency of Louisiana artists. I think that should have been a Louisiana artist halftime show. Bottom line. If not, Lil, if you want to make excuses, well, Lil Wayne is not a good performer. Okay, you could have brought the whole Cash Money out and just had Lil Wayne do a little piece of a song, and then have Juvenile, and then all of them, or bring out No Limit, or bring out Lil Boosie. You know what I mean? But it should not have been a LA rapper performing at the Super Bowl in New Orleans in the Superdome. Like Mystical said, I run laps around the Superdome and breaststroke the whole Mississippi River to represent the fucking South. That's right, I said it. That, come on now. Come on. Let's be real. It should have been somebody from Louisiana. If not Louisiana, it should have been somebody from the South. It should not have been, you know, come on. But so as soon as the second half was over, I just turned my TV down, went to the other room, played a boxing match of Undisputed. By the time I came back, it was like 2 minutes into the third, so I didn't watch it. Now I've seen clips, and I've seen pictures. Now, what I would say, one picture that I did like is I liked how his backup dancers had the red, white, and blue jumpsuits, and then they formed the American flag. I think that was cool. That was cool. I think that in it of itself, that isolated piece of artistry was I salute that. I mean, it's the flag. Technically, gotta salute it. But anyway, but I got on TikTok, and this is what really, like, how you say, really got my nigga senses tingling. I'm seeing soccer moms, blue haired, bull nose ring liberals, and other folk that really aren't really tapped into the culture of hip hop get on the internet, get on Beyonce's internet, and say, "Oh man, the symbolism, the message in it, it was just so wonderful. It was the best thing ever since apple pie." And I said, man, something ain't right. Something ain't right. When I'm seeing, you know, Taylor Swift listening, Starbucks Frappa latte sipping, bleached blonde white girls on TikTok laud the praises of Kendrick Lamar's performance. I said, man, something is rotten in Denmark. Something is definitely rotten in Denmark. Oh, hold on, let me take this hoodie off. And furthermore, let me just say this because I am neither a Kendrick Lamar or a Drake fan. Never have been. Never. I remember when Drake first came out, it was what, '08, '09. He been in the game for 10 years making rap tunes. Ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoons. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the game for a minute. But I'll never forget it. This before online gaming really took off, and we used to go over to my homie Turtle House, after work every day and, play Madden. We just niggas getting into a cipher. We go over there, play Madden, smoke, drink, shoot the shit, talk about what the events that happened during the day, because, we all worked at the same place or whatever. Just congregate. You know how fellas do. And then, when the sun go down, we all go back to our respective houses and go to work the next day. But one day when Drake dropped his first album dropped when he was with Young Money and all the homies was like, man, this new Drake album, this Drake album, this Drake album. They was hyping it up like nobody's business. Now them same homies, right, that was hyping Drake up and making it seem as if he was the next coming of, you know, super MC, they ain't really Drake fanned out like that anymore. But I thought it was strange. I'm like, y'all are just hyping this man up so much. And I never bought the Drake's first album. But at the same time, I never dissed him and said he was a bad artist. Like if his shit come on the radio, it started from the bottom, shit slaps. Every feature he hop on, that shit slap. It really do. You know? Same for Kendrick. When Kendrick dropped, it was a hype machine behind him as well. And I just didn't see, I'm like, let me say this about Kendrick. Because 50 Cent said something that was real, hold on, how can I put this? 50 Cent said something back in the day when he came into the scene, he started beefing with Wu-Tang Clan. I'm a Wu-Tang Clan fan. I'm talking about from 36 Chambers to A Better Tomorrow. I got the hard copies. Well, I had the hard copies. You get what I'm saying? And he said something about Jizza. 50 Cent said something about Jizza, right? Let's get this understood. I rock with Jizza, Liquid Swords. Babies crying, brothers dying, and brothers getting shot. Shit is deep on the block, and you got me locked down in this cold, cold world. I had the hard copy of that one. I fucks with Jizza the Genius, right? I do. But 50 Cent said something. He said, Jizza's rhymes are so smart that they're stupid. They're so smart that they're dumb. You know what I'm saying? They're so over the head of the layman listener that you're just gonna have a super niche um, audience. You get what I'm saying? And that is how I view Kendrick. I view Kendrick in that same light. No disrespect, but his lyrics to some of his songs are so the messages in his lyrics are so encrypted and they're so beneath several layers of encryption that you can just grab a line that he says, or a super Kendrick fan can grab a line out of one of his songs and just pontificate on it for hours and be like, well, see, he said this and that and that and this, and this is why it means that. And it just gets into lunacy. It really does. It really does. I believe it was Socrates, right? Socrates raised a question and he said, where does the inspiration, oh, excuse me, when an artist paints a portrait, or when a sculptor sculpts something, or when a musician comes up with a musical composition, where does the inspiration come from? And Socrates, um, he came to the conclusion that the inspiration comes from a higher source, right? See, artists are nothing more than instruments of a higher source. They express the artistic expression of a higher source, whatever that higher source is. You get what I'm saying? And whoever receives it can interpret it however they want to. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you go to some of these modern art exhibits, right? And it'll just be a black dot in the middle of a white blank white canvas. And somebody might walk past and be like, what the fuck is this? It's just a black dot in the middle of a white canvas. I could have did this shit. And then somebody else walks past and be, oh, see, the black dot symbolizes black people being a white dot, being a black dot on a white piece of paper, and that is symbolic to the experience of the black people here in America. You see, and then it just goes off into Oswald Bait land. You get what I'm saying? So it's all up. It's it's really the receiver who interprets it. You get what I'm saying? And let me say this about artists, in particular, musicians, rappers, singers, and the such. As far as I'm concerned, I have to be drawn to your music. You can be good, you can be great, but I have to be drawn to you for whatever reason. It's inexplicable. I can't even explain it. You probably can't even explain it, but I have to be drawn to your music. You get what I'm saying? For instance, just to get on some West Coast shit, I was never drawn to Kendrick Lamar. Never. Never. I never was drawn to his music. When I hear something that he says, or when I hear one of his songs on the radio or whatever the case, I'm like, okay, that shit was cool. It was cool, but I never was drawn to it. Like, if I hear your song on the radio and I'm like, who is Buddy? Oh, that shit was kind of dope. And then I go to YouTube and then go through your catalog and I'm like, okay, this shit slaps. Then I go to Apple Music and start streaming your music on Apple Music, or I start downloading it, buying it, purchasing it on iTunes and start, you get what I'm saying? It's a process. I don't just jump straight into supporting somebody like that. I gotta be drawn to you. Then I gotta check your body of work out. Then I start supporting. You get what I'm saying? It's gradual. And I never was drawn to check out Kendrick Lamar's catalog like that. Now there is a West Coast rapper by the name of Zoe Osama. I got all listen, hold on, let me pull this up because I can't think of it off the top of my head. Man, get out of here with that. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Here we go. Gangsta Boogie slaps. What's this one? I don't even want to hold up. Give me a second. I'm about to name these joints real quick. Yeah, from the East Side with Love, underrated. 9th Street 2, 9th Street, Eastie. What's the other one that I be having on slaps? Gangsta Boogie. And he got some more, but yeah, them right there, slumpers. You hear me? Slumpers. I be running his streams up on YouTube on the real. I fuck with Zoe Summer shit. I was drawn to his music when he came out with that underrated song. I'm like, okay, that shit slaps. Then I just, you know what I'm saying, got in tune with his catalog. Oh yeah, Big Deal. Big Deal is another one. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is not me being on some West Coast bias type shit. Like, look, man, I'm from Kansas City. Shout out to St. Louis, but on the left side of the state, we're tied in to California. St. Louis is tied in with Memphis and Chicago. That's why they sound a little bit more, they're really tied in closer to Memphis. That's why when you listen to the current St. Louis artists, the new St. Louis artists, they sound like you hear a heavy Memphis influence on they sound. But when you go to Kansas City, you're gonna hear a heavy California influence. You know what I'm saying? So let me, I'm just that's just what it is. That's not me dissing Kendrick or anything, but I'm just wasn't drawn to his music. Now, I will say this about Drake. What's that last album? It was like a not a reggaeton, but like a soca type of album. I did stream that on Apple Music. I did give that. I was drawn to it enough to actually go through the entire album. I was. But the days following this Super Bowl halftime show, we got some you know what, hold on. Let's do something else. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna do the other one.
Finish her.
Hey, cease.
Fatality. Conan wins.
Mm, that's tough. But yeah, the days following the Super Bowl halftime show, um, some things came out about Kendrick Lamar. Alleged, alleged, right? And now it kind of makes sense as to why uh, Drake was trying to sue Kendrick for that song "Not Like Us," because in actuality, that is defamation of character. When you allude or you levy those serious allegations towards somebody on a worldwide platform, that could hurt Drake's brand. And you're not substantiating it with any evidence. You're just, it's just hearsay. Say, Drake, I heard you like I'm young. You heard or do you know? See, when you come up here and say, oh, I heard that, and then you allude, I heard you like I'm young. What does that mean? Because Drake is what, in his 30s? I'm guessing he's probably a little bit younger than me, so he's probably what, 35, 36 or something like that. So what, does he like 25-year-olds? Does he like 22-year-olds? Or does he like 18-year-olds or 17-year-olds? What do you mean by you heard he likes them young? What does that mean? He can just say something vague and ambiguous like that, and then the masses just fill in their own blank, kind of like how the consumer of artistry interprets it. And that could be very, listen, a lot of people on the day-to-day base have been, I'm not going to say victims, but they have been under attack by smear campaigns of the sort. I know I can speak on that. There's many of people who went hither and yonder saying dot 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 about my name, just levying false allegations left and right on my name. And repairing your name and your reputation can take years. Somebody can take a lie, can within the course of a week spread a complete lie about you, and it will take you years to repair it. I'll give you for instance, and I spoke about this on a prior video. A former best friend of mine, right? I bought a house. He moved in with me. The living arrangements didn't, um, how you say, didn't mesh well. We didn't mesh well living together. You know what I'm saying? So I said, man, you gotta go. You gotta shake, G. You gotta shake. You gotta get on, man. This man, and I wasn't. I didn't have any malice towards him afterwards. I just, this was my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This was my guy from East 39th. I'm talking about from the sandbox, from elementary school. This was my guy. You feel me? I saw it as, you still my guy, you still my dude. We just can't live together. So you got to go this way, and I got to go that way. He didn't see it that way. He felt mortally offended enough, so he went on a whole campaign. And I, after I told him to, essentially get the stepping, I didn't say anything to any of the other homies about any of this. I didn't make a mention of it. Matter of fact, afterwards, seen him at the spot, seen him at the kickback, dapped him up. We went out, hung out together, went out to clubs, went on two mans together and all that other stuff. Whole time, he is going on a complete campaign, a defamation campaign on my name. Anybody who will listen to this, anybody who will get his Joker an ear, he telling it. He telling it. It's so bad that he went back to an ex of mine. Now we're in our early 20s. I hadn't dealt with this gal serious like that since I was like 14. You get what I'm saying? He went back to her telling a complete, well, not a complete lie. He just, some of the stuff he was saying about me was a complete lie, and some of it was half truths, and some of it, you get what I'm saying? But yet and still, a half truth is just as dangerous as a bald-faced lie, or as a complete lie. And she had the wisdom enough to call me and ask me what happened. And I'm like, so I set the record straight with her on what happened. And I'm sitting back looking at my other homies because none of my other homies came to me and said anything of the sort to me about this. So I'm like, y'all bitch ass niggas want to sit up here and get this dude a ear. You want to hold court with him, but you don't want to come and get my side of the story. And then this is what happened. All the homies started falling back from me, right? Friday night come around, normally, my phone get to pinging. The guys hit me, hey man, we finna go to Westport, we finna go to the Mint Lounge. We got a kickback. We over here playing spades. We out south at such name house playing spades. We wop the bam. You know what I'm saying? Are we over here playing Madden? Or we out east at a spot out east shooting dice. You know what I'm saying? I would get those calls, and then it came around like my phone just stopped ringing. Niggas stopped hitting me up, and I'm like, what? So I start calling motherfuckers. I'm like, hey, what's the deal? Man, where everybody at? Oh man, yeah, we over here, man, just chilling. Just, we really ain't into nothing. We about to, niggas about to go home here in a minute anyway. You know what I'm saying? Niggas started avoiding me. So I fell back. So when I seen this, you know, I was like, I've seen this before. I know what a smear campaign looks like, and it looks to me that Kendrick went on a smear campaign. And that's really, if I can just be honest with you, that's really some hoe ass shit. That's really some female gossiping hoe ass shit. You ain't heard it from me, but what's the old girl from Living Color back in the day? Now you ain't heard this from me, but such and such and them. You feel me? You feel me? And that's exactly what I hear when I hear, say Drake, I heard you like I'm young. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Do you care to expound on that? Let me go, because I made a post, and we going somewhere with this. Just hold tight, man. Hold tight. Hold on real quick. All right. Damn, they struck my shit. They didn't let that post. That's crazy. Oh, come on, Mark. Oh, yeah, it's up there. Yep, it's there. I'm tripping. All right. Now let me say this. This is one of the first posts that I seen because it kind of offended me when I seen somebody made a painting of Kendrick with a whip, whipping what appears to be Drake on the ground in a cotton field. And they got a crown of thorns around Kendrick's head. That's really what did it for me. Like, you're trying to make Kendrick Lamar out to be this Christ figure. You get what I'm saying? I didn't like it. Didn't like it. And here's the caption that it said of the person who painted or who posted the picture of this painting. Y'all can say what y'all want about Kendrick Lamar, but tell me another artist that has the whole world singing and dancing to his diss track for 10 months straight. People have literally created dances to this diss track. I saw some folks line dancing and crip walking to They Not Like Us the other day. This nigga got the whole world jigging. This nigga changed the public perception of Drake entirely. Let me go back. This nigga changed the public perception of Drake entirely. Now, I just gave you an example of mine where someone changed the public perception of me, and they used falsehood and slander. Let's continue. This nigga called out pedophiles and the weirdos excuse me, scratch. This nigga called out PDFs and the weirdos in the industry. And this nigga just got a 5 additional Grammys on top of his 17 for this diss track. And this nigga just performed at the Super Bowl. I wish y'all would stop playing with the GOAT. That's what she said. I reposted what this person posted and her caption. And this is what I said. Free game. If the masses are going in a certain direction, chances are that's the wrong direction. With that said, I heard a TikToker say Drake is actually what everybody thinks Kendrick is. Disclaimer, I'm not a Drake or a Kendrick fan. But I do know bullshit when I see it. I do know bullshit when I see it. My nigga senses was tingling. Let's go up. Let's go up. Let's go up. Hold up. All right. Now, comes out that there is indeed a lawsuit against TDE, formerly known as Top Dog Entertainment. Let's go through this. This is from arnslaw.com. Top Dog Entertainment lawsuits. What's it about? Linda Luna and Aya Altaya, you know what? I'm just going to say LL and AA, filed a lawsuit against Top Dog Entertainment, the record label best known for launching artists such as Drake and SZA, alleging that TDE executives and employees had engaged in sexual misconduct. Specifically, Ms. Luna alleged that she was sexually harassed, assaulted, and battered by TDE executives. Let's stop right there. Now, if these allegations are true, this is something that Kendrick is privy to because this is his record label. And he knows good and damn well what his coworkers and executives at his record label are doing. But instead of getting on a song and saying they not like us and making a diss track about the weirdos at his record label, he wants to take a shot at Drake. Interesting. Interesting. Continuing. Miss Altari alleged that she was drugged and sexually assaulted by TDE employees. So Miss Luna alleges that she was sexually harassed, assaulted, and battered. And Miss Altari alleged that she was drugged and sexually assaulted and essayed by TDE employees. So they drugged her and essayed her. Ms. Luna also alleged that she performed PR and media relations for TDE for years, but that TDE failed to properly pay her. So not only are you around there playing grab ass, but you ain't paying them? That's crazy. She included in the lawsuit screenshots of text messages between her and Top Dog's president, which shows her repeatedly asking for payment and him telling her he doesn't have money to pay her. You don't got money to pay her, but you want to play grab ass with her. Okay. The allegations include screenshots showing TDE executives sending Miss Luna inappropriate sexual messages and quotes from a recorded conversation in which Miss Luna and an unnamed TDE artist discussed the sexual assault allegations with TDE executives, putting them on notice. So she got screenshots of them discussing the SA event allegedly, the alleged SA incident. Hmm. What does now see? Okay, what does this say about? What does TDE say about this? Miss Luna and Miss Atari filed the lawsuit anonymously, afraid for their reputation and safety if they revealed their names. Obviously, you niggas is moving like gangsters, preying on the weak, allegedly. In response to the lawsuit, TDE released a public statement calling the lawsuit a shakedown. Hmm. Is it? Is it? Is it a shakedown? Because when you say, when you use, that's double talk right there. Because a shakedown could be, it could mean when you get, a shakedown could be justified or it can be unjustified. When somebody shakes somebody else down, it could be a justifiable shakedown, or it could be an unjustifiable shakedown. You get what I'm saying? They're not definitively saying that what is being alleged in the said lawsuit is false. They're just saying, oh, it's a shakedown. It's a shakedown. Let's continue. Okay, let me go back. In response to the lawsuit, TDE releases a public statement calling the lawsuit a shakedown and accusing us, the lawyers, for seeking our 10 minutes of fame. Oh, now they cloud chasing, huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing this is the actual law firm that is actually, wow, that's crazy. All right. They can have their 10 minutes back. We don't need it. Critically, TDE's statement identified Miss Luna and Miss Atari by name, putting them at risk of harassment. After our clients' names were revealed, Miss Luna received harassing messages that attacked her business, her person, and called for her to be R-worded and unalived. So now they sending threats. That's why we added a new cause of action in our amended complaint for doxing, a violation of Civil Code Section 1708.89. You know what? Let me write that down for you moving forward. So any of you internet gangsters want to get to trying to dox me and whatnot, I'm gonna call these guys up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit they line. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, that's a you learn something every day, huh? Let me tell you. Ah, okay, doxing, a violation of Civil Code. Oh, hold up. Section 1708.89. Yeah. 1708. There we go. Next paragraph. Who's telling the truth? The legal process and a jury of our clients' peers will be the ultimate arbitrator of fact. However, after the statement from TDE challenging our client's celebrity, we filed an amended complaint that included significant and additional detail. This complaint has text messages, screenshots, emails, screenshots, and quotes from a recorded conversation that all substantiate the claims. Mm. They about to Skip Bayless these jokers. Skip. Let me read that again. Because, yeah, they got. Mm. The complaint has text message screenshots, email screenshots, and quotes from a recorded conversation that all substantiate the claims. Additionally, the complaint is verified. That means our clients have submitted a declaration under oath, swearing under penalty of perjury that the facts they have alleged in this amended complaint are the truth. It's the same oath they will take in court when they testify to the truth of these allegations. Mm. Basically, it's, you know, not to throw dirt on somebody who ain't dead yet, but these niggas looking like they about to get buried on the real. I posted that article on my Facebook, and this is what I captioned the post. So let me get this straight. You mean to tell me all of the alleged allegations that Kendrick levied against Drake were really applicable to his co-workers and record label? Can someone say projection? They're trying to Michael Jackson Drake, and they're using Kendrick as the cat's paw. End quote. Do your homework on the cat's paw. Now, I posted a video from a TikToker. Let's hear what he had to say.
Places talking about it. I don't know. No, not the sexual exploitation allegations against TDE. Can't be throwing rocks around a glass house, ain't it? Don't it go something like that? I Googled it. There's a lot of places talking about it. I don't know how true it is. Let's read. So let's see. Kendrick accused Drake of having pedos and moles in his circle, being a bad father figure, and being a predator himself. But accusations remain accusations when evidence isn't backed to support it. Now, evidence suggests that TDE represents all of that. Let's read. The first plaintiff who joined TDE in 2019 accuses CMO Brandon Tiffith of unwanted sexual advances and battery, while alleging a pattern of ongoing sexual harassment by TDE co-president Anthony Musa Tiffith Jr., who is the son of TDE's founder. The second plaintiff claims multiple instances of sexual harassment and assault by TDE employees on company property. She also describes an incident where she was allegedly coerced into consuming alcohol while underage for the purpose of sexual exploitation. That's interesting. There was a take that I got 600,000 views on, and I said, the problem with the Drake versus Kendrick beef is this. I never assumed Drake was a good person. I always saw Drake as just this flashy rapper who rap about drugs, sex, and, rapper shit. And I don't know who thought Drake was a good person. The only thing shocking are the A minor allegations, right? Because I never heard anything like that. But on the contrary, this is what everybody was arguing about in the comment section. I said when it comes to Kendrick and the type of music he makes and, always rapping like he's trying to get the slaves free, we'll go into that one deeper in another video. I said, I have learned something about him. You know what I'm saying? You beating on your girl and...
Ooh, hold on. Let me just stop right there. Let me just, because he said something that was very profound. How Kendrick's always rapping like you're trying to get the slaves free, end quote. This is what I learned about black folks. They love symbolism. I promise you. All you got to do is throw on a dashiki, give out a few Malcolm X quotes or a few Huey Newton quotes, throw up a black fist and say, Kwanzaa, my brother, and you'll have niggas eating out the palm of your hand, bro. And it's actually sad that anybody can just come into the community, put this mask on, or play this tune, and people just following behind them. Like, what's the guy who played the pipe and led all the snakes off the island of Ireland? St. Patrick. You know what I'm saying? That's all they got to do is come in and and just niggas just behind them just aimlessly following, like some mindless zombies. You get what I'm saying? Looking at you, Dr. Umar. But that's a whole, I done already spoke about that. This nigga, Dr. Umar. Anyway, but yeah. Let me go back.
He's free. We'll go into that one deeper in another video. I said, I have learned something about him. You know what I'm saying? You beating on your girl and then not saying that you didn't? You beat that girl. You beat the shit out that girl. I never took Kendrick as the type of man to be beating on women. What are we talking about? I never took Kendrick as the type of man to be living in a different state than his kids. I thought Kendrick be a great dad. If somebody said that shit about Drake, I'd be like, yeah, nah, for sure. He seemed like that type of nigga. And that was my...
So now what he just said, I don't know if it's true. This is all alleged. But allegedly, from what he just said, is that Kendrick Lamar allegedly is a woman, is a wife beater, and to just sum it up, an absentee father. But he wants to present as if he's this perfect father and that he's so pro-black. Because all he has to do is just take a few pictures with his baby mama and his few kids, and everybody say, "Well, Kendrick, look at Kendrick. He's a good black man. This is black love and all this." Is it? Is it? Let's continue.
As the type of man to be beating on women. What are we talking about? I never took Kendrick as the type of man to be living in a different state than his kids. I thought Kendrick be a great dad. If somebody said that shit about Drake, I'd be like, yeah, nah, for sure. He seemed like that type of nigga. And that was my whole point. Like, I was like, I think they're the same person, but y'all holding... That's what it was. I said they the same person, but y'all holding Kendrick up here and Drake down here like Drake's an evil person, but like Kendrick's a piece of shit, just like Drake. What are we talking about? I remember that take. That video did well. Got me paid. And you just got to think, right? Like, I could never get online and say, I'm not cheating on my wife if I was cheating on my wife. There's too many eyes on me. Somebody, if I was cheating with them, would come out like he was with me last night. I can literally say I'm not cheating on my wife with my chest, okay? Because can't nobody... Oh, yeah, he was with me like... No, I wasn't. I was in the bed sleeping with my wife. Like, if you...
All right, that's enough of him, because now he's just beginning to ramble.
We're around them and, like, you...
But you get the point, though. You get the point. You get the point. All right. Now let me go to this TikTok right here, because this is, and I really shouldn't even address this. I really shouldn't. But first, before I address this, because this female came out and had some very unpleasant things to say about the streamer Kai Cenat. Shout out to Kai Cenat, by the way. But Kai Cenat gave his take on the Super Bowl, and it was an unbiased take. He wasn't dissing. He just reported what he saw. Kai Cenat is in media, so he knows media. He knows all the tricks in the trade. Well, he probably doesn't know all of them, but he knows some tricks in the trades on how to make your performance look a little bit more than what it was. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, let me hear what Kai Cenat has to say about it first.
So Kai is facing back. I'm going to break it down how it was in person. Everybody listening, this is my honest opinion. No bias on how the vibes were in person, okay? Kendrick Lamar came out. Word to my mother. If anybody was there, y'all felt it. Crowd was making no noise. This is me being honest. I was there. The loudest times that they made, chat, the loudest time that the crowds did was, I think, him being shown for the first time, SZA, Samuel Jackson being shown for the first time, and then They Not Like Us. Now, I honestly feel like some of the songs he should have switched out for more. Feel me? For like another song or some shit. Like there's some song on there that I was like, damn, he could have switched that out for like this. This would have been fire here. This would have fire been there, right? But one thing I will say though, although the vibes was not good, crowd was not good. I don't even think like, bro, they were just not fucking with the performance. Like up until They Not Like Us. But what I will say is the symbolism behind that performance was top tier. I'm gonna break it down.
He's one of these symbolism ass niggas. The symbolism. I told you. Listen, pay attention.
How it wasn't
Flash for saying that Kendrick's performance was edited by the NFL to make it seem like people were cheering, but in fact the parts they showed people were not cheering.
So right here, there was no sound. I just heard crowd sounds. All my life right here, there was no sounds. It had crowd effects. I know that.
Now, he was there in person. So if he was there at the Super Bowl and he remembers vividly the part when Kendrick was standing on top of the hood of the car and you can hear a pin drop and no crowd was making noise. But when you hear the playback video, they injected crowd noise, then he's just calling it fair. He's just calling it down. He just calling how he sees it. If he actually was there and nobody was making crowd noises, but when you see the clips of it on YouTube or TikTok, wherever, it's all type of crowd noise in the background. It's like, what? Wait a minute. They put that there because nobody was making any noise. You know what I'm saying?
Crowd effects. I know that. Then heard crowd sounds. All my life right here, there was no sounds. It had crowd effects. I know that.
Then he said this. I'm gonna add context later.
It's not good. Crowd was not. I don't even think like, bro. They were just not performance. Like up until They Not Like Us. But what I will say is,
The symbolism. He about to say the symbolism. We is a symbolism ass people, bro. Let me yo Doe, let me out. Let me out. I'm not riding with y'all no more. I'm all you dumbass motherfuckers who just all you lemons, I'm not going over the edge with you. I'm not. I refuse. I absolutely refuse to follow you lemons over the fucking edge. I'm not going with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. But anyway. This is what I have a problem with. I have a problem this next TikTok that I'm about to play back, and really, I'm not gonna say this chick's name, whatever the case is. Well, I'm just gonna say she's one of these. And fellas, watch out for these gals with giving off this Erykah Badu vibe. Watch out for that. The braids or the locks with the shells and the beads in it, or with the little gold-plated little wrap around the lock or whatever, and the hoop earrings and the ankh and the eye of Horus and all the other, real groovy type of adornment. Well, watch out for them. Watch out for them. Matter of fact, don't even deal with them. I would advise not to engage those type. You know what I'm saying? I would venture to say that archetype of female is worse than the Instagram thought. At least the Instagram thought with her lace front and her, snuffleupagus eyebrows, At least she's telling you out the gate what she's after. These type of Erica Badu females, these old wannabe fake earthy, hippie, groovy ass gals, yeah, you gotta watch out for them. Well, hold on, I'm about to run out of time, man. Let me get to this.
Lamar's Super Bowl performance has caused a division amongst you bitch ass niggas and us real niggas because I see what's going on now and I see the type of mindset that you got.
You, ma'am, are an idiot. You're an idiot. It's causing, see, that's how they try to flip it on you. It's causing a division between us, and this is her, you know. And she captioned this video, Casanet is tap dancing ass nigga is a tap. All right, whatever. Continuing.
As hells. You guys are willing to say and do anything just to throw a brother up under the bus that got the whole entire black community on his back. I am fucking appalled.
Yeah, you are appalled. You are appalled, and with that deep ass voice you got, you RuPaul, Nepal, Chris Paul. I don't care if it was, you know what I'm saying? Paul George, you know what I'm saying? Lakers in 5. What are you talking about? You go flim flam, idiot. I'm appalled. Where, you know what?
Honest to God. You fucking industry plants and you bitch ass niggas is coming up with any and everything to try to discredit Kendrick Lamar's phenomenal performance. It's out.
Was it phenomenal? I mean, was it? I mean, you say you call it phenomenal as if that's a scientifically proven fact, but was his performance phenomenal? Or do you just want it to be for whatever reason?
Absolutely sickening. And it's
Yeah, it is sickening. You are sick. Hold on, let's go back real quick because she trying to curse. She wish casting and she trying to throw some curses out there.
phenomenal performance. It's absolutely sickening.
Yeah, you are sick. You're sick in the head. And to be honest with you, you know, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm a mind my manners. But people like this who are so quick to spew that type of venom out their mouth, the venom that they're spewing out of their mouth is the venom that is coursing through their veins. You get what I'm saying? She is the actual sick one. She is. Anyway.
And it just goes to show how many of you bitch ass niggas is on the ops payroll. I said what the fuck I said.
Don't nobody care that you said what the fuck you said. You ain't saying shit. Who the fuck are you? You look like you old and burnt. You're not young and turned. You old and burnt. Fuck out of here.
Is on the ops payroll. I said what the fuck I said. Consonant. We knew you was a tap dancing ass nigga. We knew you was an industry plant. Kanye West called it out a little minute ago. Even though Kanye West be going through his manic episodes, he called your ass out a minute ago. Out of all the things you could have said about Kendrick Lamar's phenomenal performance, okay, putting the entire black community on his back in front of the world with the fucking commander in chief there, that's what you decided to say about this brother's performance.
Now you heard what he said. He just told the truth. He told, quote unquote, his truth, his observable truth, what he observed. If he observed the crowd not making any noise and he reports on that, that's a bad thing. Like, do you hear a lot? See, when people have just a confirmation bias like this, I stay away from them. Because you got your mind made up. You're a zombie. You're a drone. You're a bot. You're an NPC. You get what I'm saying? You're not a main character. You're just a well-adorned NPC. You got to leave them type of people alone who already got that. If you can't sit back and critically think and objectively examine something, then please stay away from me. Please. because I'm going to say some things that are going to offend you. And then you may in turn say some things that are going to purposely offend me. And then it's going to be up from there. You get what I'm saying? All in all, man, y'all come to y'all